Howdy, friends, and welcome to The Average J. It is Tuesday, which means time for Tuesday Tag. You can see I'm by myself because Michelle is at work. I guess I'm going to have to do the Tuesday Tag all by myself, you know? She just didn't want to be a part of things, I guess. You know, she was at work. What?
Wait for me. I'm here for Tuesday Tag.
Oh, it's Michelle. Hey, how you doing?
I just got done work.
Just got done work. You ready to do some Tuesday tagging?
I am ready.
All
I
right.
can't believe you're going to start without me.
Well, I guess Tuesday Tag is going to be in the front yard because Michelle put in her flowers this weekend, and we still have the Memorial Day flags up, so kind of thought it would be a good idea to do it in the yard so you can see. Although the flowers haven't really grown yet, they're still in the ground, but
They'll get big.
We'll do a Tuesday Tag in about another 6 weeks, and it will look completely different as they grow out.
Oh, for sure.
So,
Yep.
Do you have your phone?
I do have my phone.
Because you have the questions on your phone.
I have it in my pocket beans. I just got home from work.
There you go. All right. So today's questions are from Edie at Edie's Adventures, and they are all about the 80s.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this is going to be a good one for Michelle and I because
For sure.
we are for sure
Grody to the max.
because we are absolutely children of the 80s.
Definitely.
All right. So you know what? So
I
here's,
made notes.
yeah, me
I
too.
researched and I made notes.
And here's the problem. Edie picked a time frame that was of huge impact to us. So, you know, for us, it's hard to pick a favorite. So, you know, when you go through and you see, you know, 100 potential answers,
Oh God.
Michelle and I were happy that we can narrow it down to like
A few.
3 to 5, you know? So, but thank you, Edie, for putting the questions together. We're going to make sure that we put everybody's link down below that does the Tuesday Tag, Tuesday No Tag. And
I would not skip 80s tag.
no, so this is a big one for us. So let me get my notes out. All right, number one, what was your favorite 80s band?
We'll
right.
do. You go first. I'll go second.
All right, so I'm going to list one that is a band, the other is a performer. So number one is the Police. I am a huge fan of the Police. I love, like, Synchronicity 1 and Synchronicity 2 are probably two of the greatest songs ever made. Now, I gotta say, that didn't translate well over to when Sting went out on his own. So, was not a huge fan of him as a solo act, but the Police in general,
Okay.
amazing songs. Hold on, there's a car going by, so...
So it happens when you're in the front yard.
Yeah, I know. So, and they're watching.
Oh, sure.
Like, what's going on? It's a windows and siding company. Big
Yeah.
blue van. This sounds like it needs some work, you know? And there goes the Amazon Prime truck.
Hey, it just got done.
It
Here's
just
the
got
badge.
done. So, there's bugs out here too.
Yeah.
Woohoo! All right.
right.
And the individual is Billy Idol.
Okay.
Always dancing with myself.
I can see that.
But I'm a huge fan.
White wedding.
Yeah. The other
Wait a
one.
minute. What's this thing? White wedding?
Yeah, something like that. And then, by the way, I live in a very quiet neighborhood that nobody ever goes down this street. Michelle and I have been out here for like 3 minutes, and a third truck is pulling by. And everybody drives slow because I got a camera out and they want to see what's going on, you know? So, hola. So, I mean, anyway.
All right.
So, and the other one I'm going to throw in there is as one of my favorite artists. I'm going to throw one other because when we get to the second question, I'm going to bring him up again, is Paul Simon. Paul Simon has always been one of my favorites. Michelle had got me like a box set one time, you know. And, it's one of the few people I've ever seen in, you know, like a big stadium concert in Philadelphia. So,
Side note, side quest. Never been to a concert.
a big concert. You've been to a smaller concert with
Pittman.
yeah, so
Yeah.
Taylor Hicks, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that's my favorite
Band.
I can't pick a single
No,
favorite. So.
We can't. I don't think there's any one single answer for any of this.
No, so
But
that's that.
All right, so mine would be I have to say number one, Journey. Love Journey.
Hard to not pick Journey. But there's
for the
so
80s.
many. You know?
I mean,
Oh.
so the other ones are Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, and you put Billy Idol, but I put Pat Benatar.
Hit me with your best shot, baby.
I mean, come on.
I know.
So-
Running with the you know what? We could name every song from
for
everyone.
sure.
But all right, number 2 is your favorite 80s song.
Okay.
All right, so I said earlier about Paul Simon. My favorite song is "You Can Call Me Al" by Paul Simon. I liked it so much. In 1988, I did a lip sync contest, and me and my friend Don reenacted his video to that song that he has with Chevy Chase. I played the Chevy Chase part. He played the Paul Simon part. And man, I'm telling you, we got ripped off. We should have won that contest. I mean, I do have the video of it, but I can't put it on. Actually, I can't play any of these songs, movies, nothing, because I'll get copyrighted. But
Yeah, we'll get dinged.
yeah, so that was. Well, the song came out in 1986, but we did it in 88. So it had already been out for like 2 years by the time we did that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was good.
So I actually have a similar answer to you. So, so Journey was my number one band. So I will go with, there's two of them, either Faithfully, every school
dance, it was the last song of the
ended
night.
with
Oh my
Faithfully.
gosh, yeah.
But we used to do middle school plays on the stage, and I did a dance routine to Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Okay. Wasn't that the last song that they used when they ended Sopranos? Oh, stop.
You watched it, so yeah.
And it just cut off.
Yeah.
So.
So, but yeah.
Impactful moments.
So, but could I name 100 more songs that are like?
I mean, there's times
awesome?
that Michelle and I have just said to Alexa, play 80s music, and it just goes through a whole bunch,
Definitely. Oh, Duran Duran. Oh my gosh, we could go on and on.
I know. All right, number 3. What 80s trends did you participate in?
Okay.
All right, so mine, we all had a lot of stuff because we lived in them, but I mean, I would say the number 1 was the members only jacket. I had a members only jacket.
Okay.
And you know what I still remember is such an insult to the members only jacket. It's in the movie Shallow Hal. Jason Alexander,
Okay.
He played George from Seinfeld.
Mhm.
He goes up to the girl and she's like, "Is that a members only jacket?" And he said, "Yeah." She's like, "What are you, the last member?"
Is that a members only jacket?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So what are you, like the last member?
Oh.
That was a great thing, So, but I mean, I had a members only jacket, and the clam digger bathing suit, went down below the knees.
Okay. Well, I could name a whole list, and I do. I definitely had a pair of Cavariccis, and 6th grade I had Jordache jeans. Now, Sergio Valente and a few of the other ones.
Jordache.
But that's what I
Oh,
had.
you had Jordache.
I had the
Oh,
Jordache. I had the Jordache, but
Yeah.
all the other ones I didn't. But Jordache was number 1.
Okay.
Jams. I'm sure
everybody remembers jam shorts.
people in this area, I had the jams, and of course the jellies.
Jelly
for
shoes were huge.
Huge.
Oh my God, so many girls wore jellies in the 80s.
Oh yes, stirrup pants. Now I'll say big hair,
She had big hair.
but I didn't really use a half a can of Aquanet in it. It was just the way it was cut and the way I styled it. It was big.
It was.
So, and which I go complete opposite now. I think
Yeah. It's as tight to your head as you can get it.
I'd get it for work.
By the way, here's the coffee. I know that you were she was
thank
eyeballing my
you.
coffee. So side quest again. Michelle's very particular about her coffee, and her big ones are Dunkin' and Krispy Kreme.
Kreme.
She likes those at the stores. She likes them at home.
Mhm.
We get the K cups for
Yeah.
that. Everything. So today I slid a Maxwell House on her. She goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, this coffee's so
good.
good. What is it?" I said, "It's Maxwell House." So, all right. What age were you during the 80s? So Michelle and I, it's going to be the same answer because we're the same age.
Yeah.
We were 10 to 20.
Yep. Born in November of 1969. So whatever the year is, that's my age.
Yep.
2022, I'm 52.
Yep. And I hit
So, yeah,
52.
2020.
I hit 52 in May. So, because, you know, I went for the older woman.
Right.
By 6 months. But anyway, so we were 10 to 20.
20. Yep.
Did you take a sip?
I did.
Oh, okay.
It's delicious.
All right. What was your favorite sitcom of the 80s? So mine is probably going to be the same answer as probably every person who does the tag. I don't know. But I have seen multiple times every episode of Cheers. You know, I love Cheers. I love the days of Coach. I love the days of Woody. I like the days of Diane. I mean,
Kirstie Alley.
Oh, Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
Everybody said that Michelle always looked like her when she was younger, you know. So, and Ted Danson was funny as can be, you know.
Okay.
So, and the side character. How many times have I brought up some of the stuff that John Ratzenberger, Cliff, the mailman,
sure.
have done? Yeah. One of my favorite episodes is when Cliff went on Jeopardy and had like a $30,000 lead going into Final Jeopardy, and he got the last question wrong, and he was so far ahead, you know, all he had to do was like bet $1 and he would have won. No, he bet the whole thing. Oh, love that episode. But yeah.
Unless you risk more than $21,600, you will be the new Jeopardy champion. So let's take a look and see what your wager was. You bet 22,000 big ones. It takes you down to 0. You bet it all. Cliff, why would you do something like that?
I'm going to go with Cheers.
Okay. So a disclaimer from mostly the 80s, 10 to 20. I was a homebody. I'd have to say I'm a homebody. So I watched a lot of TV and movies. So this was hard for me, but I'm going to go with Bosom Buddies. Watched a lot of Bosom Buddies. Mork and Mindy, because we had talked about that earlier. Watched everything of Mork and Mindy. Now, Married with Children had came out.
It was early, yes.
It was. Did I watch them all? No, because I like the earlier seasons than the later seasons. And I don't know if this is really a sitcom, but Love Boat. Love Boat.
Yeah, it was like
Love Boat.
I guess you could say it was a situational comedy drama. I don't know, but yeah.
But Bosom Buddies, I would say, really kind of stuck out in my mind at that time.
And then Tom Hanks goes on to win multiple Oscars. And he is getting ready. They're going to be releasing, Disney is releasing a live action Pinocchio, and Tom Hanks is going to be Geppetto.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Yay.
All right.
All right.
Next one. Who was your childhood crush?
Well, 80s.
80s. Who was your 80s
Right.
crush? Well, mine is the same because, you know, that was when I was all, you know, just coming into my own. So, and I said this in an earlier tag when we just said who was your crush in general. I had a big thing for Christy McNichol.
Yeah.
And that was the early 80s, like 80 to 82, 83. Christy McNichol was it. And then as you got into the mid 80s, it was Phoebe Cates.
Okay,
You know, you know, most people would say Fast Times at Ridgemont High, her pool scene, but I think she was just as cute in Gremlins. Like,
Okay.
that was really it, you know. But yeah, Phoebe Cates was a big one.
Okay. So, of course, you know, I gotta go back to my memory banks, but I put down Matt Dillon. I did have a crush on Matt Dillon. Jake from 16 Candles. His name is Michael Schofling?
I don't know.
I have no idea how to pronounce it, but Jake from 16 Candles.
I always wanted to stand out in front of the red car at the end of the, you know, like big old Jake did, you know. So,
and Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
I'll have to say I had a huge crush.
What was that, like Starman or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that was one of the movies that I
Alright.
enjoyed watching. But yeah,
All right, now this next question was a tough one.
yeah.
You don't realize until you get questioned how many great movies were made
Oh my God.
in the 80s. So the question is your favorite
Movie.
80s movie. And of course, there's no way I'm going to be able to narrow it down to a favorite. But I will put 3 out there. You can name 50 movies. I go,
Right.
oh, that one's good. Oh, that one's good. Oh, that one's good. But my 3, the original Ghostbusters,
Okay.
you know,
Love it.
Just one of the greatest things ever. And the second one is Empire Strikes Back. So a lot of people that are Star Wars fans are big agreement that the best movie of the Star Wars, between the prequels, the originals, the postquels, I don't know what you call them, but it's pretty much, a lot of people say the best one was Empire Strikes Back. And it is Empire Strikes Back is, so I just keep waving at people that are driving by. We have not had that many people drive on this street in the last day, and they're all coming by while we're filming. That is just the weirdest thing.
It is.
But Empire Strikes Back really was the best of, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, the best of the Star Wars movies. You know, best directing, the best story. You know, it really was amazing. So after Ghostbusters and Empire Strikes Back, broadcast news was one of my favorites. I quote little things from that all the time. First off, it's another crush I had, Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter was in it, but William Hurt was really good in it, and Albert Brooks was in it. So one of the big lines I always use from that is, a lot of alliteration from anxious anchors placed in powerful posts. That was from that one. So
there you go.
That's if I have to narrow it down to 3, I'm going to use that.
All right. So I'm just floored at how many cars are
I can't believe it. This is nuts.
It is crazy. All right. So
and none of them live here.
No.
None of these. It's all people. No, 2 lived here.
Right.
One, my neighbor across the street pulled in, and one that lives up the street. Everybody else is, for some reason, using this as a cut down today.
I think so.
All
right.
right. So there's my 3 favorites.
Okay. Doing the research, you look it up, but ones that, okay, so if you didn't do research, what came to mind?
Right.
Okay, so mine were An Officer and a Gentleman. I have a thing for people in the military.
Michelle has watched Officer and a Gentleman dozen or more times. I remember that one summer. You had the tape or the DVD from the video store.
Sure.
That shows how far back we're going. I mean, you were watching that every other day. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I just love it.
Yeah.
16 Candles.
Right.
Who doesn't love a comedy?
Yep.
And for a little more drama, I would say Terms of Endearment. It was
Academy Award-winning picture.
Great cast, great story. Tearjerker.
Yeah. Funny you picked 2 movies that have the same actress in it. So Deborah Winger.
You like what you like.
No, I know.
So
That's good. Yeah. Next one. Did you have or make mixtapes? So anybody who was our age in the 80s was making mixtapes when, you didn't want to go out and spend, however many dollars it was for a cassette tape that only had 1 or 2 songs you wanted.
Right.
You'd sit there at that radio in your boombox and you put a blank, Memorex tape in there or whatever. And you would sit there and wait for 2-3 hours for that song to come on that you wanted, and then you quick hit record, and you get 10 seconds of DJ talking over it. So you were the same as me. So it's the same thing. Yeah.
Because to be frank or honest, my sister and I, we kind of went back and forth for Christmas gifts, but the usual Christmas gift I would get would be a boombox or a stereo or anything that had music related. A record player when I was like little. Right. So music has played a big part of my life.
Yeah. And it still is a big part of Michelle's life.
Oh,
This girl, first off, walks every day and has her headphones on with her music every day. But at night, she'll usually get Alexa playing music, especially while she's cleaning.
Yeah. You do housework, you gotta have music.
That's right. All right, this one I know that we're going to be different on.
Okay.
So, did you have a Swatch? I did not.
I did.
So.
I had one, and I remember shopping at Macy's. I bought it in Macy's, and it was clear and white. Like, I think the band was white, but the face of the clock was, you could see the mechanisms.
Okay.
Like, the inside of it. So,
that's what the rich kids had. I had to go look at the house clock. Anyway. All right, and then the final question. What was your family car in the 80s?
And to goodness goodness, dear, this is the family car. The family car. The family car. The family car.
So, early 80s, my family had a brown Volkswagen Rabbit. And then after that was a gray Mercury Topaz, manual transmission. I learned how to drive in that car.
Okay.
But my dad had a dark blue Ford F-150 with light blue stripes down the side.
Okay.
And I remember after I got my driver's license, you know, he was kind enough to let me take that, you know, to some places. I mean, I would take the Topaz to, like, if I had to go to work on the farm or something like that.
Okay.
But if, like, I remember going to the movies in Defford, you know, in my dad's truck, like, right after I got my license. So.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, that was the vehicles we had growing up.
Okay. So I think the question said you and or your family.
Well, it just said your family.
Okay.
What was the family car?
Okay. So the family car that I remember most, because my mom had several, was the Ford Granada. Oh my God, this thing was, oh my God, crap. We delivered newspapers in it. The paint job just peeled away to nothing. But oddly enough, Frankie, my brother, got the car. Once my mom got, I think it was a Buick Park Avenue, she gave him the Granada.
Okay.
And he painted it black, and I remember learning how to drive in that car.
How about that? Yeah.
So, you know, so that would be the family car.
Yeah.
And it's the same. My dad had a F-150 Ford
I
pickup.
thought he was all a Chevy guy.
Not till after the
Not till
80s.
late. Okay.
80s,
80s
he
he
was
changed over.
a Ford guy,
Okay.
yes. But I remember the big blue, and it wasn't a dark blue, it was just blue.
Okay.
I wouldn't say baby blue or anything, but a big blue pickup truck.
Okay.
So,
But I know where you were going was late 80s after we finally got
Yeah.
driver's license and
in
we got our
88,
first
we got-
cars.
Yeah, 87,
Yeah.
88, we got our license.
Right. So, you know, in 88 I got it wasn't a family car, but my car was 84 Honda Accord maroon.
Which you picked me up for our first date.
Yep, and I had that until after we got married. I think I got rid of it when we went to basic training.
Yep.
And then your
And
car.
I had a 1983 Ford Mustang hatchback. Now, it's pretty much the same as the Tracer that I have. I like blue. Blue's my favorite color, but it had no air conditioning. It had a sunroof that leaked to no end. But we kept that car till Stephanie was born.
Yep.
So
Then we wound up going for a Dodge
Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had
White
air
Dodge
conditioning.
Yay.
That was the big selling point. It
That
had air
was it.
conditioning.
So that's going to do it for this Tuesday's tag. Thank you, Edie, for the questions. Next week, come from our buddy Joan at Joan's Point of Plate.
No way, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
Joni is next week, so
Oh,
be
yay.
interested to see what.
It's a spotter lanternfly bug.
Get out of here.
Oh yeah.
Is he
You gotta
still on
kill-
me?
No, I got him off,
Oh, okay.
but you gotta kill
Oh,
him.
there he is. Oh,
Get him.
no, that is not. That is a piece of.
No, it was.
Oh.
I swear it
No,
was.
okay. Michelle's
I
seeing
swear.
things over here.
No. Goofy.
So, spotter lanternfly. Okay.
Yes.
Stay out of my garden. I don't want them in my garden.
No.
But yeah, I don't know whether Joan is going to do it by herself, if Doug's going to get involved, if the boys are going to get involved.
Ooh,
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what questions they come up with. So, and I am pretty sure that Joan is going to have some good answers for this because Joni is a 80s fanatic.
Yeah, I haven't
So,
watched anything yet.
Neither have I. So I'm looking forward to seeing
Yeah.
Jones because I know she is like an 80s nut. You know, so that's going to be interesting. So, but thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and you know, rock one. I don't know, whatever the 80s term is.
Yeah, what is a good 80s?
I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. So, boy, what a anticlimactic ending to the video. So have a great day. Bye.